Adventures in time and space, told in future tense.
Dimension X.
Have you ever heard of the Mark III? The amazing electronic brain they're using now up at Harvard University? In mere minutes, it can solve scientific problems that our most brilliant mathematicians would take years to work out. Its intelligence is almost superhuman. And yet the scientists are already working on a new and improved model, the Mark IV. In fact, they tell us there's no earthly reason why these thinking robots can't be perfected until they become the servants of the future, capable of doing all the work of mankind. Yes, that's what the advertising billboard said in the year 2006. Housework made easy by the perfect domestic servant. Modern Mechanicals Agency, Harry Underhill, president. The billboard showed a smiling family, sitting with folded hands, watching their mechanical robot pour their morning coffee. But in the home of Harry Underhill himself, things weren't quite as pleasant at breakfast this day.
I just can't understand it, Aurora. Look at this. Modern Mechanical's down 3 points. Yesterday, Smithson canceled his order. If I could only figure out why.
Why don't you ask him? Oh, Frank, dear, eat your oatmeal.
Oh, Mom.
I just don't understand it. Business was good, and then boom. Some louse must be undercutting my prices, that's all.
How many robots were canceled?
Not robots. Mechanicals, Aurora. How many times...
They are robots, aren't they?
Please, Aurora, there's an important difference in sales psychology.
Maybe people are getting wise to your robots and mechanicals.
What do you mean, Aurora?
The perfect domestic servant. They're ugly, stupid, clumsy, walking junk piles.
Aurora.
The one you brought home to me can't even wash the clothes properly. It's more trouble than it's worth.
Aurora. You know our mechanicals are the best on the market.
Those animated tin cans you sell? They're certainly not making us any fortune.
Well, with this new model, things are bound to pick up a little. If that Jarvis order just comes through...
Oh, that robot of yours. There's something knocking again.
Hey, wait. Put that plate back. I haven't finished my breakfast yet. Wait!
Harry, you know you've got to say stop. 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 You always get excited. You think you never saw a robot before.
Not robot, mechanical.
All right. Look, it's not its fault. We just took too long to eat. Timing relay is set for 15 minutes.
Never mind. I want my coffee back. Set. There. Isn't that simple? It bends at the waist, stretches out its arm, and picks up the coffee pot just as if it were yours. Hey, watch out!
And spills it right in your lap.
Oh, my clean suit, Aurora. Oh, no.
Harry, you know it's relayed to announce dinner after it sets the table.
Hey, there goes my coffee again. Stop. Set.
Harry, you can't give it 2 orders at once.
What's that smell?
There must be a short. Now see what you've done. Got it all upset.
I did. All I said was...
Harry!
Stop! Oh, it's no use. The brain coil's shorted out.
Oh, do something. Harry, do
Me,
something.
I sure will. I'm going to the office. I'm getting out of here. Yes, Lucy?
Mr. Jarvis,
Oh, put him on.
Hello, Underhill?
Hello, Mr. Jarvis. I'm glad you called. I was just going to ring you. Well, I've got that whole shipment of mechanicals for you. 1 gross plane, 12 of the chromium fitted.
Hold on, Underhill. I'm canceling the order.
But the invoice is made out and
Well, tear it up. I'm canceling.
But why?
Underhill, there's a brand new mechanical on the market that makes yours look like something out of a museum.
Oh, now, look here, Mr.
Don't
Jarvis.
now look me, Underhill. I've seen them, and I'm telling you it'll put you out of business. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes, Mr. Underhill?
That's the 3rd cancellation today. The world's going to pot.
Yes, Mr. Underhill?
No, never mind, Lucy. I'm going home. What a day. I wonder if Aurora'd smell it on me if I ducked into Garrigan's. She's got a nose like a beagle. Hey, that building wasn't here last week. Humanoid Institute. The perfect mechanical. Oh, no. We didn't have enough competition. Hey, these must be the cutthroats that are underselling me.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
Huh? Oh, you startled me. Didn't hear you. Hey, you're a mechanical, aren't you? Not bad, not bad. Very lifelike.
Won't you come in, please, and examine our service?
Yeah, that's a remarkable voice. They've licked the variable inflection problem. You know, I'm in the same line myself. Mechanicals, I mean.
We're aware of that, sir.
Oh? Hey, some building you've got here. You sure got it up in a hurry.
The Humanoid Institute at your service, Mr. Underhill.
Yes? Oh, how'd you know my name?
For us, that was not difficult.
Oh, is that so? Oh, wait a minute. This is ridiculous. Talking to a mechanical. Must be somebody inside operating you by remote control.
No, Mr. Underhill. Of course, there is Humanoid Central, which powers and controls all of us, but that is located on Wing 4.
Wing 4?
A planet in a remote part of the galaxy.
Oh, yeah. Well, may I see your salesman, please?
We employ no human salesman, sir. We ourselves can accept your order for immediate humanoid service.
Oh, wait a minute. You can't expect me to buy one. I'm in the business myself.
There will be no more need for your electronic mechanicals, sir. Once you have accepted our service, you will no longer have to work. Everything will be done for you.
Everything? That's quite an offer. At that rate, you'll have trouble supplying the demand.
I think not, sir. As you can see from our storage room. Humanoids are now arriving at the rate of 5,000 per hour from Wing 4.
5,000 per hour?
We are anxious to introduce our complete service on this planet, sir, to bring happiness to everyone. May we come out to your home for a free trial demonstration?
No, I admit you're remarkable. The voice, the movement, graceful even. But I'm still in business, and what's more, I wouldn't have you around the house.
I'm afraid you will have no choice. Sooner or later, it will be necessary.
Oh, is that so? Over my dead body, let me out of here.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
Well, it's going to be tough competition, all right. I'm going to stop in at Garrigan's, the devil with Aurora's nose.
Oh, hi, Pop.
Hello, Frank. How was the football game?
We won 78-3. Guess what, Pop?
You made all the touchdowns.
Nope. Mom took in a boarder.
She what? Aurora!
She said if your business was going to fall on his face, she had to do something to make some money.
Oh, she did, huh?
Harry, what's all the racket for?
You tell me. What's this about a boarder?
Shh, Harry. He's going to live in that little apartment over the garage.
Oh, no, he isn't. You know I don't want any strangers around here.
Harry, please, shh. Look, he won't bother you. He's a nice old man.
Oh.
He just wanted a room and a place to work. He's an inventor, I think.
No, he is he? Did he pay in advance?
Well, he can't. You see, his royalties haven't started to come in.
Mm-hmm. Aurora, how can you be taken in by every beat-up old panhandler that gives you a sob story?
Mr. Sledge isn't like that at all. Oh, that reminds me, dear. Can you give me a 10?
A 10? What for?
Well, Mr. Sledge is ill. He needs some medicine for his heart, and I said I'd lend him the money.
You get... Oh, Aurora, this is the limit. He goes out right now.
Now, don't be unkind, Harry. Besides, we need the rent money.
Things aren't that bad yet. He goes.
Please, shh.
What are you shushing me for?
Mr. Sledge, he's in the next room. I've invited him for dinner. Frank, dear, wipe your mouth.
Oh, Mom.
More gravy, Mr. Sledge?
No, thank you, Mrs. Underhill.
Mr. Sledge, my wife tells me you're a traveling man. Expect to move on soon?
Harry.
I had hoped to do a little work, Mr. Underhill. You see, I've applied for basic patents here on Earth for a very important development.
Oh, a new invention, huh?
Yes. My field is rhodomagnetics.
What?
Rhodomagnetics. It's a new force field theorem, key to the second triad of the periodic table. Rhodium, ruthenium, and palladium.
I'm afraid I'm a little rusty on my science.
It's well known in other parts of the galaxy, but I've been able to apply for basic patents here.
Worth millions, huh?
Perhaps you find it strange that the holder of such valuable property should be in need.
Well, yes.
I'm a refugee, Mr. Underhill. I arrived on this planet only a few days ago.
Mm-hmm. But you will be shoving on again.
Oh, for goodness sakes, Harry.
That's all right, Mrs. Underhill. I understand. After all, I am an intruder in your home, and if it inconveniences you at all, I'll find some other place to sleep and set up my workshop.
Harry, your robot is spilling the coffee again.
I'll have to have it tightened up.
Why doesn't your company bring out a better mechanical? One smart enough not to spill things. Wouldn't that be splendid?
The perfect mechanical already exists, Mrs. Underhill. They're not so splendid, really. They are why I am a refugee today.
Oh? Where'd you say you came from?
Wing 4.
Wing 4? Oh, then you must mean those humanoids.
Humanoids.
Mr. Sledge.
Humanoids. What do you know about them?
Well, they just opened an agency here in Two Rivers.
No. No.
Harry.
What is it? What's wrong, Mr. Sledge?
Give him some water. It must be his heart.
Call Dr. Winters, Aurora.
No. I'll be all right.
Here, you better sit down.
I'm sorry. It was just shock. I came here to get away from them.
The humanoids?
Yes. I wanted to finish my work before they came. But now, I won't trouble you any further.
But, Mr. Sledge, Harry, he's sick.
Well, Mr. Sledge, I don't think you'll have to go right away.
He can stay, Harry.
Sure, after all, the way those humanoids are coming along, I'm liable to become a refugee myself any minute. Guess we might as well stick together, eh, Sledge?
Oh, that's better. Oh, you look ill, Professor. Maybe you ought to lie down on the sofa and rest.
No, thank you. I must get back to my workshop now. I haven't got time to rest. There's so little time left for all of us.
Good morning, Mr. Underhill.
Good morning.
Mr. Underhill, you look awful.
I feel awful. What's in the mail?
6 more cancellations. The Eat Quick restaurant chain sent back your shipment. They've installed humanoids. Mr. McIntyre from the bank called. He's refusing your loan. He said since Humanoid Institute opened, you're a bad credit risk.
Good.
I guess that's all. Oh, there's something to see you.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
You? Oh, no, you're not the same one, are you? Serial number's different.
It doesn't matter, sir. We're all really one. Now, in exchange for our complete service, you will assign all your property to Humanoid Institute.
I will what?
With our service, you will have no need for property. Everything will be provided.
What kind of blackmail is this?
No blackmail, sir. You will find humanoids incapable of committing any crime. We exist only to increase the happiness of mankind.
Thanks, but I can take care of my own business.
You have no choice, really. With humanoid service, it is no longer necessary for men to take care of themselves. Our function is to serve and obey and guard men from harm.
Get out.
Very well, sir. When you wish to sign, let us know.
Get out. Get out! Aurora, I'm home.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
What's the idea of this? You get out of here. Aurora!
Mrs. Underhill has accepted our free trial demonstration. We cannot leave unless she requests.
We'll see about that. Aurora, where the devil are you?
Oh, hello, Harry.
What's this mechanical doing here? What's happened to you?
Isn't it wonderful? Had my hair done, the manicure.
But-
The humanoid did it. And cleaned the house all over, washed all the clothes, and gave Frank his music lesson.
Now, wait a minute, Aurora. I won't have this monster in my house.
Oh, it's just a free trial, Harry. Just wait till you taste the dinner it cooked. Everything you like best. Roast duck.
I don't care if he cooked a... Duck?
And the most complicated pastries. I could never cook like that.
Well, you might as well eat. But I'll need a drink first, though.
All right,
I'm
Doc.
sorry, sir.
What?
We exist under the prime directive to guard men from harm. Alcoholic beverages in excess are bad for human consumption. We have taken the liberty of removing them from the house.
Now, look here.
Mr.
you
Underhill, dinner is served.
Yes, Lucy?
They're here, Mr. Underhill.
I've been expecting them for a week. All right, Lucy.
At your service, Mr. Underhill. We have the legal papers here, the bankruptcy forms, the eviction notice. We are ready now to foreclose your agency.
Okay, take it over. A lot of good it'll do you. I haven't made a sale in 2 weeks.
And now, if you will make the assignment of all your personal property, we can complete our service to you.
What if I won't sign?
That would be unfortunate. But with stubborn cases, we must sometimes resort to other methods. Eventually, Mr. Underhill, you will sign.
Of all the darn stinking darn...
Whoa, Frank, what's the matter? What's the trouble, son?
That old humanoid.
Oh, you're not happy? You should be. It's guaranteed.
They took away my football. They said it was too dangerous to play with it. And my roller skates and my scout knife and everything.
Did they leave you anything?
Just some stinking old plastic blocks. Soft blocks. They said I couldn't get hurt with them. Dad, I want my football back. Can't you do anything?
I don't know, son. I don't know.
Oh, Mr. Underhill.
Mind if I come in, Sledge?
No, not at all. You mind if I keep working?
Oh, go right ahead. It's good to see somebody working with his hands.
Something wrong?
My son. The humanoids took his football away. They're everywhere. They've smashed my business, taken over my house. Sledge, isn't there some way to get rid of them?
That is exactly what I am trying to do.
You? What makes you think you can do anything?
Because, you see, Mr. Underhill, I'm the unfortunate fool who started them.
You? I don't understand.
I started the humanoids. And I've been running from them ever since.
You started them?
Yes, I invented them. I built the ronomagnetic relays that operate Humanoid Central.
But why?
I wanted to bring happiness to humanity.
Happiness? That's great. My wife's been crying for 2 days, and do you know why? Because she's bored stiff. There's nothing left for her to do. They won't even let her lift a little finger.
I don't blame you for feeling bitter, Mr. Underhill. It's all my fault. I wanted them to serve and obey, guard men from harm.
No, they do that all right. They've even emptied our medicine chest. It wouldn't do for one of us happy humans to end it all with a sleeping pill.
Mr. Underhill, I've made the most terrible mistake a man can make. But I meant well, believe me.
Then why did you do it?
I thought I could rid the universe of poverty and hunger by inventing the perfect mechanical.
They're perfect, all right. Too perfect.
Yes, that's the trouble. They obey the prime directive too literally. They kill men's souls with their kindness.
Isn't there some way they can be controlled?
No. I didn't trust mankind, so I made sure that Humanoid Central could not be tampered with. Not even by myself.
Then what hope is there?
Only one. They're not creative. They can't meet new ideas.
You mean you've got one, Sledge?
Yes. They can defeat anything they know about. But I've got something new. A weapon to attack the brain of Humanoid Central.
Is that what you've been working on?
Yes. Now that they're here, there's little time left. Either we destroy them, or they will destroy us.
Okay. What has to be done?
This tuning circuit.
Hmm?
You see, I need 2 bus bars here. Oh, can you read these diagrams?
I think so. Got my degree in electronics.
Good. If you could help on the bench work, it would save time.
I've got plenty of time now.
All right. But watch yourself. Don't let them see you come out here.
If you can take the risk, so can I.
No. As the inventor, I built a special immunity for myself into Humanoid Central. But you don't have that immunity. And they're rather unpleasant methods of dealing with their enemies. They can change you, you know.
Change me? How?
Brain surgery.
What do you mean?
Never mind. Just be careful.
Mr. Underhill.
What do you want?
You're going to meet with Mr. Sledge.
Yes, as a matter of fact, I'm going to collect the rent.
Mr. Underhill, you have spent the past 2 afternoons in his room. In view of your association with Mr. Sledge, we feel that our free trial must be terminated. We suggest that you accept our total service and make the assignment of your property immediately.
And if I don't?
Then, sir, we may be forced to resort to other methods.
Well, give me one more day to think it over.
Very well, sir. Tomorrow. That will be your last chance.
Who is it?
Underhill.
Did they see you?
No, not today. Sledge, we've got to hurry.
It's difficult work, Mr. Underhill, but I'm almost finished.
They gave me till today. They said they'd use other methods.
What's that?
The humanoids building some kind of a warehouse across the road. Sledge, are you sure this thing will work?
It's a new principle, Underhill. A tuned rhodomagnetic light beam. It should act to fission the heavy atoms of the basic ores of Wing 4. It will destroy Humanoid Central.
But are you sure?
I know the humanoids. I made them. They can't invent anything. They can't create defenses against something new. It's done. It's finished, Underhill.
You going to use it now?
Immediately. I'll have to feed the astronomical data into the calculating circuits. There must be zero error in focusing.
What will happen?
Wing 4 will disappear in a chain reaction. Humanoid Central will be destroyed. They'll stop. Ready now. Stand clear, please. Power's building up. Step on the rubber mat, Mr. Underhill. We must be shielded when I cut in the full power load.
Hurry, Sledge.
I've waited 30 years for this moment, Underhill. When Wing 4 is destroyed, the humanoids all over the galaxy will stop. They'll stop dead. You won't hear those drills.
Sledge.
All right. Now. Do you hear anything?
Sledge. Listen. The drills have stopped. They've stopped. You can see them. The humanoids have stopped.
They couldn't guard against something they couldn't understand. It worked, Underhill.
We're free now. Goodbye, Wing 4.
Humanoid Central is destroyed.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
No, Sledge.
Get out of here. Get out.
You were attempting to break the prime directive. It is therefore necessary to interfere.
But you stopped. I saw you, all of you.
In order to guard against Mr. Sledge's beam, it was necessary to stop all units momentarily to concentrate power. That necessity has passed.
But it was new. You can't invent anything new.
No, sir, but we were able to adapt the screening principle you yourself invented. For the past 30 years, Humanoid Central has been screened against any energy attack.
All these years wasted. All these years.
Your immunity has ended, Mr. Sledge. It will now be necessary for you to accept our full service.
No, I'll stop you. I'll stop all of you.
No, Sledge.
I'll stop you with my bare hands. I'll kill you
Sledge,
all.
no, it's no use.
Do not worry, Mr. Underhill. At worst, he can destroy one unit. There are millions more.
Sledge, you'll hurt yourself. Sledge!
I'll kill him.
He's sick. It's his heart. You, get a doctor.
Until he surrenders, we can neither aid nor hinder Mr. Sledge. Do you surrender your immunity, Mr. Sledge?
Have to. Last chance. Gone. Yes. Help me. Help me.
At your service, Mr. Sledge. You may see Mr. Sledge now, Mr. Underhill.
Alone?
If you wish. In here.
Thanks. Sledge.
Well, Underhill. Good to see you.
Your head. It's bandaged.
Is it really?
They've done something to you. Are you all right?
Oh, fine. Never felt better.
You never felt better.
No. In fact, I feel 10 years younger today.
You sound so happy.
Why not? These humanoids have made a new man of me, Underhill. They're wonderful, aren't they?
Wonderful? How can you say that, Sledge? Only yesterday you hated them. You were trying to destroy them.
Destroy them? Why?
You don't remember? You've forgotten what they're doing to us all? They're killing us with kindness, taking away all our incentive and pride of accomplishment, turning us all into pampered, useless pets, parasites, with nothing left to do but just sit with folded hands at the mercy of these mechanical monsters.
At your service, Mr. Underhill.
You
seem troubled, Mr. Underhill. Are you unhappy?
Unhappy? You bet I'm unhappy. What have you done to Professor Sledge to turn him into this babbling idiot?
We were forced to operate. For years, Mr. Sledge has been suffering from a benign tumor of the brain. It caused him to have hallucinations, to believe that he was actually the creator of the humanoids.
Did I?
Yes. It was these delusions which were making you unhappy.
Oh. Well, whoever did invent the humanoids, I certainly owe him a debt of gratitude now.
Sledge.
You see, Mr. Underhill, we have ways to correct these abnormal conditions. Even Mr. Sledge is happy now.
You operated on his brain?
Yes, Mr. Underhill. And now we are at your service.
At my service? You mean you're going to operate on... No.
The time has come for you to accept and enjoy our complete service. You will now sign our agreement.
Look here,
If you are unhappy, it only takes a simple operation.
No. Who said I was unhappy? I'm very happy. I'll sign your paper. You don't have to operate on me. I'm happy. I'm very, very happy. Very happy.
The happy Mr. Underhill's futile hands clenched and relaxed again, and then folded quietly. There was nothing else left for them to do.
You have just heard the Jack Williamson story, With Folded Hands, an adventure in time, space, and the unknown world of the future, the world of Dimension X.
Now, about next week. Do you believe that in the mind of man there lies a force potentially more powerful than the atomic bomb? And perhaps someday, in the not-too-distant future, a man sitting quietly in his room, just thinking, may generate enough mental energy to control the destiny of the world. How? We'll tell you next week.
Tonight's story on Dimension X was adapted for radio by John Dunkel. Featured in the cast were Philip Bourneuf as Harry Underhill, Alexander Scorby as the humanoid, Peter Capell as Professor Sledge, and Bryna Rayburn as Aurora. Your host was Norman Rose. Tomorrow, hear Sam Spade. Now, it's Truth or Consequences on NBC.
That's me. Hello. What I meant to do was this. Hey.
Good morning, everyone. How are you doing? I am here. I am weird. Get used to it, yeah.
Didn't want to go to sleep, and I didn't want to wake up. Oh, hot coffee, baby. It's like a wet dream, right? Oh, baby. Well, good morning, everyone. How are we out there in YouTube land? This is me. This is me in the morning. This is what I do. I like to show up on time, but I was late today. Yeah, I was about 5 minutes late. My show ran long. Well, actually, I started my show late. My pre-show started late, so it went into my morning show. Boy, what a weekend! What a weekend! I got to see a lot of live music locally. That was great. Went to the Spag West, the old spaghetti western there. And, yeah. Totally. Spag West. I like that. Oh, so Tuesday, I have to make a phone call Tuesday evening to see if I am going to be a juror or potential juror on Wednesday. I have put off my dental stuff until the first week of December. Well, second week. The beginning of the first week of December. The beginning of the second week of December. So I get the first week of December, and then that's it. So I was going to go in today with no teeth and a piece of paper that says, I ain't doing nothing. But that didn't happen, so I'm probably going to be a juror. This time, it might actually happen. I might actually be a juror for the Superior Court of San Bernardino, California. That's it. San Bernardino County in beautiful Southern California. Yeah. Let's see, what else? What else is going on? I got to drive my van around this weekend. That was nice. Weekly programming is done. It's in the can. It's ready. It's going to start this morning at 8 o'clock with another exciting episode of Dimension X. Yeah, I believe we are up to episode 12 of 50 episodes. 5 of them will be repeats. Yes, or 4 or 5 of them will be repeat episodes. They will air in order as they aired originally in 1950 and 51. I will continue to enhance the screen for said show, Dimension X. It's been quite fun creating the graphics for Dimension X. Yeah. It has been a blast, so I'm going to be airing those every morning as often as I can. And in between other radio shows and whatnot, that will be my usual pre-show for the morning. Like I have said before, I am going on temporary hiatus soon. So, if you all want to join me for the morning show live, you've got a couple of weeks left. The week after Thanksgiving is going to be my last week, for sure. And I will be moving on to be working full-time on videos. I was in discussions with a good friend out here in the desert who is finally come to his senses and wants me to work with him on a music video. I say finally because I've been going after this guy for over a year now, saying, "Hey man, we got to do a music video. Let's start making some video, and then when it's time to do the actual music video, we've got a whole bunch of video to choose from, right?" So what I'll probably do is I'll take all the video that I have, and all the video that he gives me is random videos, music videos, any kind of videos really. And I'm going to take them all, and I'll take each video, and I'll give it some kind of effect, some kind of special effect, so it becomes its own element, right? So that some will be black and white, some will be color but washed out, some will have weird, stuff going on the screen. So I'll try to take and create a bunch of elements that I can then use and pull from, and then I'll make a whole file listed with sounds and videos, or mainly video shots and picture shots of various tasks, in the studio stuff, playing guitar, working on the computer, playing the drums, yada yada yada, studio stuff, household stuff, in the kitchen, sitting on the couch, doing homework with the kids, right, in the yard, cooking dinner at the barbecue, camping, working, driving, and just get a bunch of videos of him doing everyday things, right? So then when it comes to a themed video where here's the song, but the theme is this, now we have elements to tie the song with the theme together, or not, but we have any number of directions to go in when creating a theme for a video. So that's my whole take on the video thing, is to try to compile as much of this gentleman as possible on video, doing as much as possible. And I think that is going to go a long way to help us create a music video. We'll use old family photos, old movies, whatever we can get that's going to fit the theme for the video. Maybe the music, the song itself will be the theme. Maybe it's one element in the song that will become the theme. Maybe the theme will have nothing to do with the song at all. So I'll be hitting him up this week for a thumb drive, and have him compile the 6 songs or whatever that we want to make videos for, with the listed in the order that he wants them done, right? The music videos, and then give me a file of just video stuff. Set up a camera in a studio. Give me you lip singing the song in your studio. One camera, one shot. Okay, now do it again from the side. And don't look at the camera, just do it from the side and have it looking at your side, and then have it from the other side. Set it on the ground, have it look up at your face. I mean, get all kinds of stuff yourself. I'm going to probably send a camera home with him and say, okay, look, push play on this fucking thing, push record on this, and just record yourself as much as possible. And then that way I don't necessarily have to be involved with every single aspect of making a music video. I do want to go to the chosen locations to shoot the song in its entirety in several different locations, right? So I do want to do that, mainly because what I'll do is I'll take 1 or 2 people with us and have other people working cameras, so we can say, go, we play the music live, he lip syncs to the song live with it mic'd into the cameras, so that I can take that studio music and line it up with the music on the video, right? And be able to synchronize everything. So that's going to be a hoot, a hoot. I've been itching to make a music video. I've got a friend that's in hip hop, a hip hop artist. He flows rhymes, right? I'm not a hip hop guy, so I don't know exactly how to speak the speak, right? But he's really good, and I've wanted to do a music video with him for a long time. So I'm hoping that over the next year, I will become music video guy for a few of my friends. Fingers crossed. Well, yeah. So we got to sit in my van yesterday after kind of a live musical event, and I showed up, of course. I showed up and walked in just after he finished. My friend did a set, and I missed it. Which is kind of a bummer, but it's okay, because the main reason I went there was to talk to him about the music video and to catch up on stuff. So hopefully I can get him over here a little more often to help me help him with this music video. Yeah. He's got some great freaking music. Just some awesome stuff. So I'm going to be setting up my room over here, the new studio area, which is going to be great because I'm pretty much going to be giving myself over to creating videos. I am going to double down on YouTube and get the premium so that I can not only download from YouTube all of my live stuff onto hard drive and bring it home, but also just a second. So I can upload more than the 5 or 6, 7 videos that I'm allowed to upload every day. And that way, this is key now, that way I can upload a month at a time, right? Over a weekend, rather than uploading a week over a weekend, I can upload the entire month over the weekend. Start on Friday and continue uploading videos as fast as my computer will allow until I get to a month's worth of videos. And then every week for several weeks, upload a month of videos ahead of time. So that after a month, I've got, 3 or 4 months out, and then I don't have to worry about the channel. I can just create stuff to slip into my channel in those open time slots, because I got a lot of those. Work on holiday stuff, work on music videos. That's pretty much going to be my bread and butter. It's nothing I can charge money for, because if I charge money for it, it puts a whole new light on the project. He wants to get his money's worth. I'm trying to give him his money's worth. Money means deadline. It just, it gets. I told him, that's not what I'm all about. I showed him that gate that I did in that my wife's friend's house, and I told him, same thing. I don't want to put a price on it. I told my wife, you deal with it. You put a price on it. You talk to your friend about it. You make the deal. All right? This is what I need. I need a hard drive. Okay? If I make enough to get the hard drive, I'm happy. right? And if I don't, that's fine. You know, I'm doing this because I enjoyed making the gate. I enjoyed doing the project. And he said the same thing that everybody else says. My God, it's like it was perfect for that. It's like the same color, it matches everything. It's like, how did you make it? It's like, dude, serendipity, man. You don't overplan something and it comes out perfect. Which is why I haven't made a music video for him yet. Because I don't want to half-ass it, and I don't have enough to do a really good video. So, which again reminds me that I'm going to have to double down on this video stuff and learn how to use my editing programs better. I know about 10% of what I can use, and I'm using about 2% of that. So I really need to go to school. I need to teach myself how to use this. I need to... I mean, I can do a split screen where I can put me in two places in a room. Yeah, it's just a matter of... it's just a matter of creating the video that I can use to split, right? But there's a bunch of stuff that I can't do. I can't do any green screen stuff. I can't do any real good special effects. I can't take something and you know, where you can flip something like this, and I can't do that. I can't flip things. I can't bring stuff up into the screen like that. I can't have stuff wash by at you. I mean, it's I need to figure out how to do a bunch of these little things. There's a lot of stuff that I can do, but a lot of my videos become very rudimentary because I can't do, you know, any more than I can. Huh? What? Mm-hmm. 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 Got my heater on here. If I'm out in the house in the morning, or in the evening, or any time during the day when it's cold, I gotta have this heater on. If I'm in bed in the morning or the evening or any time when it's cold, I gotta have the fan on. I saw this post about somebody having the heater on high and having the air conditioner on low and having a window cracked open and having all the blankets with a foot hanging out. And I was like, yeah, that's me. That's me. I have to be bundled up, covered, my head with a pillow over the top of it, all tucked in. Even if it's hot. So I got to sleep with the air conditioner on. I can't just lay on a bed with no blanket over me. I cannot sleep without something on top of me. If I lay on a bed completely exposed without a blanket, I'm uncomfortable to the point of maybe it goes back to being a baby or something, but that fear, right? Being exposed, being naked, even if I were to sleep fully dressed, it don't matter. If I don't have a blanket pulled up over me, I can't sleep because I feel like I'm out in the open, right? And maybe that's a primal thing. I don't know. Some people can just throw themselves down on the bed naked with nothing and sleep naked, blanketless, sheetless, don't matter, right? I don't know how. I mean, they're completely I mean, absolutely no protection between you and the elements. Not to mention that when you sleep completely naked, uncovered, oh, jeez, man, you just leave yourself open for all kinds of nastiness. Hey, good morning, Joey. What's up?
What's up, dude?
Oh, I was just thinking back to Friday when we were talking about camping, and I remember the comment that you said about I'd go camping with you, and show up with a little extra time in August, and we're going to do some camping. We're going to do some serious camping. we're going to have that Airbnb, but there's also a mountain right up over the lake where we can go camp, do an overnighter, go to one of the lakes, drive over to the beach, and spend the night at the beach. There's a couple of great places to go park and camp right on the beach, looking out over the beach, down the cliffs, fucking bitch and shit. So yeah, try to plan in a little extra time to go camping. That's gonna be cool. Fun on a bun. So yeah, I get to make a music video finally. Pretty excited about that. And so I clued him in and said, look, I'm going to be getting my teeth yanked out and stuff, so I'm not going to be up to socializing and stuff. At least not right away. I'm hoping that I can work this out so that I'm only down for a few weeks or a month, right? 6 weeks on the outside. If I have him getting me elements, I just sit at home and fucking do shit, you know? I'm hoping that we can get something done before the whole teeth thing. Between him working and the holidays coming up, it's going to be pretty rough to try to get anything done in the next 6 weeks, 6 or 7 weeks anyway. But it's going to be about 3 weeks before I get started with my stuff. So I'm looking... I'm probably looking to the middle of January, right? Before I'm going to be kind of back in the mix. But he does such great original music, right? Even if he's doing a cover, it sounds original. And he knows so many songs and so many lyrics and can play so many different... He's a wonder. He's an amazing guy. And I cannot wait to collaborate with him more. And I'm hoping that this will kind of create a permanent bond between us in the music and video and thing going on, because I really need to stay out and active in order to keep from withdrawing, right? So... yeah, man, this I got this eczema and or shingles thing going on, and it really is just a bummer. And so I've started to try to use like cortisone 10, right? Cortisone cream, and it's like, it's okay, but I still itch. Sucks to be me. Well, I'm gonna heat up my coffee and grab that cortisone. I'll be right back.
So last night before I went to sleep, I used this cortisone crap a little bit on my leg where it itches. I just used a tiny little bit, kind of smeared it around a big giant area. And it was like, it was okay. This morning just now, I just put a bunch, slathered it all over a big spot on same spot on my leg. And it stopped itching and it got cool and it kind of numbed a little bit, so that's nice. So I'll have to, I keep seeing this commercial for this honey stuff. I can't remember what it was called. Honey something. Honey goo or honey salve or honey schmutz. I don't know what the fuck it was. Something weird. But it was, exactly for what I need it for. So I'm going to have to check it out. Order it on Amazon. So I'll have to do that. Totally. Oh, Joey, I'm real excited about bringing my friend David over, the music video guy. And sharing your music with him, Tatsu, because he's like, no shit, and he's a really, really musical guy, right? And he knows all kinds of genres and stuff, but I'm always coming to him and saying, check this out, right? So much so that he said that he's going to take me, or at least that's what I understood, is that I need to be introduced to the guys at the local radio station. And he said, man, you'd be like perfect for like a late night slot, like a graveyard shift, 1 to 3 in the morning or something, right? Like middle of the night shift where I just go in and I talk and I play a bunch of music and I talk about the old and I play a bunch of weird stuff. Because he's right. I've got a huge collection of music. Plus, with my computer, I've got unlimited access to everything, right? And unlimited access to stuff that nobody fucking knows about, right? So I'm thinking that actually might be a thing where come the springtime, I might actually put my act together and take it on the air and take it on the radio. Because the local radio station is pretty cool. And I know a lot of people who know the guys at the radio station. So there's a pretty good chance that this could actually happen, right? And it's just about voice and character, presentation, charisma, whatever. I mean, and I'm sure if I swing it hard enough, I can knock this out of the park. So what I'm probably going to do is in the spring, I'm going to be coming up with some shows on my channel that resemble a radio show. I'm just going to do some radio. And what I'll do is I'll swing it kind of like nighttime nonsense and nostalgia. In fact, it'll probably just be that. That's probably what I will call my show if I get a chance to be on the radio. I'll just call it nighttime nonsense and nostalgia with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy, right? I mean, I'm just going to go from one to the other. I'm going to keep the whole same thing going on. I imagine I'll probably have to get certified somehow for the radio, which shouldn't be too difficult. I should be able to get online, take a course, and be done with it within a couple of hours, right? Oh, dude. You don't have to. If you want, that's great. But you could show me where to get them, and I'll get them. But if you send me more Tatsuro, I will not refuse, man, because that shit is fucking awesome. I can't wait to share it with my friends, right? Because he's like Japanese, 1970s and 80s. What? I was like, what the hell, city pop, right? Now I don't think I can live without city pop, right? It's like in my blood now. In fact, I'm trying to figure out a time, like every day, I'm trying to plan in putting on a record, right? Of course, I never get my wishes fulfilled. But today's the day. My daughter goes to school this morning. She's going to be gone all day. I think she's got a meeting after class, so it's going to be a longer evening. But my wife and I have the whole day to hear together. So we're going to be creating my office in there and turning this back into a living room. And listening to a shitload of fucking records, right? Like, I want to listen to a bunch of Tatsu, and I want to listen to a bunch of fucking Maiden. I've had Iron Maiden just screaming in my brain. And all of this talk. I don't think so. I know I've listened to all of it. Maybe. I don't know, brother. I don't know. I'm going to put on the last one chronologically I think I haven't listened to. So I'm going to put that one on today. As soon as I get off here, I'm going to crank that on, sit here and eat some breakfast, and start fiddling about with all of this shit. I know if I turn on the TV, I'm going to be lost. So it's going to be Tatsu to wake up this morning, and then I'm going to go right into Iron Maiden. I want to listen to Killers, Iron Maiden Killers, and I want to listen to Somewhere in Time, Iron Maiden Somewhere in Time. I've just had these songs going through my head. There's this one song by Iron Maiden called, is it called Deja Vu? Feels like I've been here before. Feels like I've been here before. It's just a great fucking song. Or Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner, The Long Distance Runner, Stranger in a Strange Land. They all these sound familiar? They're like book titles, right? Yeah, a lot of these songs are just these really fantastic, epic stories, right? God, I love to listen to Maiden. And I'm an 80s Maiden guy. A lot of people just have followed Maiden through Maiden's entire life, and I'm an 80s Maiden guy. If I go to a Maiden concert, I'm going to want to hear, like their first 5 or 6 albums, right? That's what I want to hear. Of course, they're probably going on tour right now. They're right on. They're probably doing albums, if they were going to do like Number of the Beast or Peace of Mind, I'd be all over that. If they were going to do any like album, all the way up to I don't know, their last one in 1990, I think. Was it Still Alive or Alive After Death or something? Yeah, Maiden. Maiden kicks ass. Totally. Yeah, now I've got Maiden on the brain. Maiden on the brain. So yeah, I don't know that I would go to see a Maiden concert. I probably wouldn't go out of my way to pay for one and go. If somebody was going to go with me, then I might think about forking out the money for a ticket. But I mean, I got to know that they're going to be playing a lot of my stuff from the 80s. And if they were going to do like one of those album tributes where they're going to play like everything from one album beginning to end, that is something that I would have to go see. Whether it was Iron Maiden or Judas Priest, right? Those two, the heavy metal gods. Two totally different styles of heavy metal, but they're some of my favorite music. Once again, Judas Priest from the 70s and 80s. After that, I'm kind of mainly because I fell out of music. I fell out of the whole picture, the whole scene. I just kind of
I don't know, crawled away into a hole or something for about 10 years. And, well, about 5 years, because in 85 or 95, by then I was into the Grateful Dead and was doing that kind of stuff and a lot of different music. But by 95, I just said, fuck it. I walked away from music and everything. I just got into working. That's what I was. I was just a working guy, working stiff, working all the time, working. Got married and then worked. First 10 years of my marriage, work. And then once I got that serious injury about 10 years ago, it just took the wind out of my sails, man. Yeah. Totally. I always go to bed at night thinking things. Oh, I got to write this down. Oh, I got to remember that. Oh, I got to... And then I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck was I thinking about? It was like this brilliant idea in the middle of the night while I was sleeping, and it's gone. It's just fucking gone. Hopefully it'll come back to me. But right now it's gone. It's just gone. It's gone. Yeah, I saw Iron Maiden back in 86 or 87 for the Power Slave tour. Power Slave, great fucking album. Yeah. Oh, Maiden. Just, yeah. I love me some Iron Maiden. The only new Iron Maiden record that I have is one, what is it called? I got this one. I was out with a friend, and we were at Best Buy, I think. And I was looking, and they had a little stack of records and stuff. And I thought, wow, this one looks neat. Knights of the Dead, live in Mexico City, Iron Maiden, Legacy of the Beast. And it's a really great fucking album. It's got all the original 1980s members in it. And it's really neat because it's not just a double live. It's a triple live. And it is fucking righteous. It's a great live recordings of so much music. It's got the tour dates from 2018 to 2020. The one tour, Legacy of the Beast tour, lasted from the end of 2018 to the middle of 2021. May, June, July, August. May, June. So May, June, July, August of 2018. July, August, September, October of 2019. May, June, July of 2020. And then June and July of 2021. That's like the Harry Styles tour, right? Where he did the Love On tour, and he did his second album was the Love On tour started, and it ended with having come back and done another entire tour under the same banner of Love On tour, only he switched to the third album, Harry's House, which was really fucking cool, because that's the album that I really enjoy. And then had an extra long tour and did residencies in places, 15 nights here, 15 nights there, and did that all over. Rather than bopping around, he would just stay in one place. And it was pretty cool stuff. Long tours, man. I imagine that just as long as the tour was, Harry Styles will be like not touring for at least a couple of years. I would think. I would hope. I mean, the guy wore himself fucking ragged doing the fucking tour. Doing the tour shuffle. It was fun stuff, though. I'd go see Harry Styles again. I mean, a lot of people are like, what the hell's your problem? As One Direction guy, Harry Styles? Give me a break. Well,
To each his own. You know, music is music. If it's good music, I'm gonna fucking listen to it. It don't matter who's putting it out. You know, fucking Trumphead makes a great fucking, you know, record. I might listen to it. I might enjoy it. If it's good, sure. You know. You know, I don't put it past anybody to come out with something really good to listen to. Nowadays, it's easier to find good music than it is to find good video, good music, good movies or TV or stuff, because that shit, you know. I'm gonna go rinse me bong and heat up my coffee. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back. Oh yeah, oh yeah, yeah. All right. No wedgie, no wedgie, no wedgie. Well, people, person, hello. Man, I am just... I'm getting more and more people getting their shirts and sending photos. My brother finally sent a photo in. I was talking to Gary last night. And I'm like, ooh, can you? And he said, oh, man, I was going to surprise you. I'm like, oh. So he's going to get me the shots that I want, wearing his shirts. I am going to be taking some time ASAP to work on the graphics for the next shirt, so I'm ready to go. I'm hoping that people, when they order shirts for donations, that we are ordering shirts that we already have in production or are going to be produced next, because that'll kind of be an easy, you know, take the money from whatever comes in and roll it in to pay these and start the next ones, and we can then have 4 shirts out. I'm going to be looking for shirts for the second run of Catfish Corner, and I'll find 2 colors and get a bulk bunch of shirts cheap and take them in and have them printed next, along with the next 2 shirts, a color each. And hopefully people can get the word out about the shirts, and get donations. If we can get other people to collect donations, then you know, all it takes is for everybody who gets who makes a donation, all it takes is for them to collect 5 to 10 donations, right? That's all it takes. If everybody who donates collects donations and collects more than they donate, then we have growth. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking to get the money that is coming in for donations to come in and grow every time the money comes in, right? First donations, we took in a couple of $100. No shirts went out. We took in a couple of more $100, and I kicked in, and finally we got shirts out, and we brought in a little bit more money, and we were able to mail all of the shirts, right? So now we've got shirts, and we're ready to start making more shirts. It won't take but a week to get shirts and to get a screen made. So it all hinges on donations. The more donations that come in, the quicker we snowball into more shirts and more shirts and more shirts. I've got so many designs in my fucking head that I go to sleep at night and they pop into my head. I'm like, oh shit, I better write that down. And I don't. I'm going to have some simple screens made for my show, but that's later. But yeah, I mean, I'd like to get shirts made with some of my favorite radio show logos on them. Some X-1, Dimension X. You know, I mean, what the hell? You know, I'd like to get shirts that say Monday Movie Memories, Totally Television Tuesday, Throwback Thursdays, right, with my logo, Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy there. You know, get some... This is only going to happen once, right? Hey, take it easy, man. Have a good night at work. Have a good day. Good sleep. Talk to you later, brother. Thanks for stopping by. Love you. I'll see you again soon, brother. Yeah, like I said, this show, this channel, me, I'm only going to be around for a certain amount of time. You know, everybody's days are numbered, right? Whether we're numbered, you know, whether our number has reached its end or not, you know, we're all ticking away here. So, like I told my friend the other day when we were talking, you know, I'm trying to make everything as important as it being the last, you know. This is the last Halloween I'm going to have. This is the last Thanksgiving. This is the last Christmas. Let's make the most of it, right? Even I'm not talking about going out and spending a lot of money and traveling and doing a bunch of stuff and having a bunch of, you know, it doesn't have to, you know, sitting alone with my wife and daughter enjoying a Thanksgiving dinner, right? Just the two of us. That is more important than going out, you know, to the Waldorf Astoria and having a $300 dinner there, you know, right, with a bunch of strangers. So my main goal every week is to try to get one of those days, one of those memorable, this is never going to happen again days, you know. Saturday night, it was my wife and I at the Spag West, sitting on a couch in the back of the restaurant, watching the stage and watching the performers. And she and I love to people watch, and we love to sit there, you know, and we'll talk about people and the way they're dressed and their hair and the way they look and all that. And it's just her and I goofing on the world, right? And she and I have so much fun doing just that, right? Just sitting there together, just being in the middle of an entire group of a couple of hundred people, and her and I are in our own little world talking about stuff. Nobody knows what we're talking about, you know. And that was one of those memorable moments that she and I, you know, hopefully she'll always remember these little tiny little, you know, because they mean the most to me, you know, those times where the times that seem to fall between the cracks, right? Those are my favorite times. Everything else, the stuff that you're forced to remember because you're forced to make it important, right? I don't want to remember that kind of important stuff, you know, what I'm supposed to do at work tomorrow, and you know, important papers and documents and bills and, you know, that kind of shit. That stuff, that's not what I remember. That's not what I want to remember. That's not what I want my life to be about. The happy little moments in between all of that is what I want my life to be about, and what I try to remember. You know, people are like, don't you even remember that we were supposed to? And I'm like, no. I was having too much fun enjoying you and I sitting watching Barnaby Jones goofing on the actress who you know, made that funny face. I mean, that's it. You know, that's more important to me than making sure the bills are paid, or making sure that, you know, I remember to take that tool with me to work for that installation. It just, you know, I used to not think about fun stuff. I used to think about work all the time. You know, I used to come home from work and think about work. And the thing is that it wasn't, when it was for somebody else, you know, it was like it became pointless. Why am I working so hard to make this guy wealthy when he don't give two shits about me? He could replace me in a heartbeat. And I started to think like that. And then I started to work for myself. And then I started to work for customers who were like, you know what? They just got me here so they can treat me like shit and boss me around, right? And then try to get their money's worth out of me, pretty much, which means trying to lower my price as much and as often as possible. And I got tired of doing that. I got tired of, you know, undercutting myself, selling myself short, right? I was like, fuck that. You know what? Here's my rate. If you don't want it, I'm out of here. And then people started to pay those rates and do the same thing. And it was like, you know what? Fuck it. I'd rather make beds and scrub toilets for said amount of money. And that money's never going to change. And the amount of work I have to do inside of each house is only going to fluctuate slightly. It's either going to be a little messy or a lot messy, you know, which means about a half an hour difference in cleaning, really, right? Because between the two of us, 1 hour equals 2 hours. So if we're there an hour, that's 2 hours of work being done. So therefore, we're usually in and out of a house within an hour to an hour and a half, right? An hour if it's easy, an hour and a half if it's longer, or if it's rougher, dirtier, messier, whatever. But we don't spend more than 3 man-hours in a house. So if we do an hour here, an hour there, an hour here, an hour there, that's 4 houses in 5 hours, right? Psh. I'd rather do that than go out and install a gate or a fence or change a toilet or install an air conditioner, you know, or what fucking ever they have handymen do, you know, because I've done it. I don't want to do it no more. I enjoy it. I love it. It's the dealing with the people that makes it impossible. The gate that I built for my wife's friend, not impossible. You know, she showed me a picture of what she wanted, the thing that she was going to buy. She was going to have to special order it for hundreds of dollars and then have it shipped for hundreds of dollars and then have to have me come over and install it for
$100, right? And instead, she showed me a picture, and I drew up a plan and showed her, and she's like, yeah. And then I picked out the wood to match the house. So when I finished it, she's like, yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. That's even better than what it's more than what I wanted, right? That right there was my payment, right? The money, I needed the money for another project, right? But that was the payment that I got, was her satisfaction. It became my satisfaction. I was already satisfied. Once I built that gate and I was halfway done with it, and it was laying on a table in my yard, I was satisfied. I was like, oh yeah, this is it. Oh yeah, I laid the black hardware on it and went, oh, this is going to look beautiful. And I was right. I was right, baby. I got that shit up and it looked fucking awesome. But I'm not going to do, well, I want you to give me a bid and an estimate, and it's like, no, it's, those are the people where I say I'll charge hourly, and then they save themselves money, right? But I won't do bids, I won't do estimates. I'll give you a ballpark figure. All right, the material's going to be about from here to here, right? I'm going to try to keep it as low as possible. Yeah, I mean, her building materials, I spent like $66 on wood. And then I went back and I spent another $20 or $30 on a latch and a 2x4. The 2x4 mounted to the wall on both sides so that I had a place to hinge it and a place to latch it, right? But that was it. That was the building materials. I used my own sandpaper. It didn't need to be sealed or stained because I sanded it rough to match the rustic look. It doesn't need to be sealed because it's an interior. At some point I may go over there and oil it. But that's it. It's a done deal. Had I gone into it as a job, I would have had to work my ass off to squeeze it into a short amount of time, and it would have shown in the project. But as it was, it took me about a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks, I think, maybe even a month from the time she said, I want a gate, right, to the time it was installed, and I walked away. It was about a month. Because she's like, ooh, I want a gate, and then a couple of days later I got the picture. A couple of days later I made the drawing. A few days later, a week later, I went over there and took measurements, showed her the picture, the drawing. And then a week later I bought the wood. Yeah, it was like a month at least. And it was like weeks to build it. Mainly because I work on it for an hour, glue it and clamp it, and then walk away from it. Come back a day or two later and do something else and glue it and clamp it, nail it all together. And I did that until I got to the point to where I was like, you know what, if I just work at it, it'll take me an hour to finish it. And that's what I did. And it was bitchin'. Fucking nice and square. Hangs good. Yeah, I was quite impressed with it all. So I'm going to have to go over there and take a little bit of trim wood and trim around the bottom of the top cap, right, all the way around the edge. Well, on both sides anyway, just to make it kind of look tighter. And like I said, probably oil it. I think the next projects I do are going to be here. They have to be at home. I've got so many things here at home that have to be done. Totally. Big time. Okay, going in.
So we're looking at about 200 episodes of this morning show. This is episode 146. We're minus quite a few episodes out of this season, 146. So we're looking at about 140-ish. Maybe a little less. But that combined with the 60, 64, 66 odd episodes of seasons 1 and 2, we're looking at about 200 episodes. So we're going to be well over 200 episodes by the end of this first year of mornings. And what I've done by pushing my dentist stuff till the second week of December is give myself like a completion. So I will have done it for a year. Mornings with Crazy Old Weird Bearded Guy is going to make a year run. It's going to go all the way to a year. And then we're going on hiatus. And when we come back in 2025, hopefully in February, with season 4 in 2025. Wow. It'll be a different kind of animal. We're going to be doing this in the morning for an hour, and then we're just going to segue right into... it's going to be more of a variety morning show. The first part of the morning is going to be me doing this, and then I'm going to, in my studio over there, and then I'm going to switch gears, switch cameras, change shirts, and come sit down over here and do the themed portion of the show and take something from the channel and discuss it in length, right? And Mondays, we're just going to keep with the same themes. We're just going to expand on those themes. If we talk about a movie, we're going to have props, and we're going to have trailers and audio and interviews and that kind of stuff. I poked my head in my daughter's room, and it was like, hey, her light's on, and she's on her phone. Hey, good morning. And I'm like, are you just getting up or just going down? And she says, no, I'm just getting up. I got to go to school. I'm like, oh, shit, that's right. It's Monday. Hey, Sammy. Hi, buddy. Good morning. Good morning, Sam. How are you? How you doing, bud? How you doing, Sam? How's it going, buddy? You want to come up here? No? Okay. All right. Alrighty, buddy. We'll go outside then. Go take a pee-pee. Everybody trips out because he always does what I tell him to do. Go drink some water, and he'll go over and drink water. Go eat some food, he'll go eat some food. Go over there and take care of Tootsie, and he goes over and licks Tootsie's face. He's a smart guy. He knows what I'm saying. He knows what I'm saying. Alright, well, it looks like I'm going to be about 6:30. I'm going to be going in there and putting together some lunch for my daughter. I went to the store last night and got lunch stuff, snacks and sandwich stuff. So I'll put together a couple of sandwiches. Do a chicken and Swiss with lettuce and tomato, and PB&J for a snack. Some chopped up apple, some juices, granola nut bar. Yeah, some chips. That ought to do it. That ought to keep her nourished for the day. Totally. And she can eat all of that in one day easily. She can eat all that in a half a day. She's a good eater. She's got a good metabolism. So she can eat if she eats every couple of hours, it's perfect. Every couple of hours she eats something, snacks, eats. Totally.
like the grazing animals that we were before we became enslaved in this modern society, this new world thing going on here. So I'm doing everything that I can to not be a slave. I'm doing everything I can to keep my daughter from being a slave by keeping her in school, right? The longer she stays in school, the less time she's out in the world working, i.e. earning a living, i.e. being a slave to modern society, right? Because that's what we all get. We all wind up there. I was there forever. And I'm still there, but it's on my terms now. You know, granted, we don't make a lot of money. We're pretty poor, but it's on my fucking terms. I get to spend time with my family, not spend my time with other people's families earning a living for my family at home that I never get to fucking see, right? Oh, man. Oh. I used to hate that about going out and working 10-hour days, coming home, seeing my family for a couple of hours if I was lucky, and then going to bed and getting up and doing it again, and doing that 5-6 days a week. Seeing my family rarely, you know. Oh man, why did I bother getting married, right? Why do I bother having a kid if I can't raise the kid? No, Mom, you cannot work. You have to stay home and be with the kid. Either one of us is staying home with the kid because I'm not letting a babysitter raise my daughter. No. She's not going to be raised by a daycare center. No, that's not why I got married and had a kid. Fuck no. So what's up, Sam? You don't know. You don't know. He's a crazy dog. You don't know. He's a bump on a log. You coming up? Come up. You come up here. It's not very comfortable. Wait. All right. Come on. Come on. There you go. Like I said, it's not very comfortable. Oh, he's a crazy dog. He's bumping along. I know. What are you going to do? Oh. Why don't you come over here, son? Yeah, come over here. There you go. He's a crazy dog. He's bumping along. Bop-a-da-boo, beep, bop, bop-a-da-bop, beep. There you go. Cover up. Go to bed. Okay, I'm right here. Duérmete conmigo. Muchacho. Yeah. So one of my major goals before the end of the year is to learn how to use all of this crap. All right? Or at least try to get more out of it. Which means I got to get more out of me. And then, of course, for the coming back next year, the main goal is to make the most out of every video that I do live. And make the most out of my channel when it comes to my original content. Because that's important stuff. It really is. I got to get rocking and rolling. So I am going to this morning, I guess we'll aim in that direction. I am going to pull from my movie file, and we are going to watch YouTube movie educational film catalog contains uploaded videos. Okay, here we go. So my uploaded videos file contains 153 videos. These are movies, videos, educational films, that kind of stuff. Borrowed content. So this is what we're going to be, now that we have so many movies uploaded onto my channel, this is what we're going to be using to discuss movies
on Monday Movie Memories. I will pick something that is on my channel and has been there for a while, that has had a lot of views, and then I will create a themed show for that particular film or educational film, movie or whatever, and we're going to talk about that. And that's going to be the focus of that themed show for an hour. And then and we may or may not view it, depending on the movie and its content and the copyrighted content. And then the third hour of mornings is still kind of up in the air, but I think it's going to be something devoted to the themed show, like Monday Movie Memories. We may actually do something with physical props. We may take video machines and discuss them, take video cameras, use them, discuss them, open them up in some cases and look into them to see what's on the insides. So we'll have shows devoted to that, where I'll have a camera, like an old camera, hooked up to this whole stuff here, so that I can punch into another program on the graphics computer, and we can look through the eye of this old camera, right, live. We can record stuff and then play it back and look at it on a monitor. I'm hoping we can really, really get into discussing all of the crap that I've got here, and all the crap that's up here too. So that's my hope for the next year, is to give the next year kind of a bump up, since every season has kind of had exponential growth as far as content. I think since the channel has so much content now, we can go back and revisit the themed show idea anew and actually use the content on the channel to create those themed show days. Let me heat this up and then do my bong hit. Yeah, so I think what I'd like to do this morning is, since it's Monday, go ahead and look onto YouTube, find a movie that has been uploaded and has got nothing on it of copyright significance, right? And find one of those, find that film on my file here, and play it while I am making my daughter's lunch. So that way we've got something to sit here and discuss. After I'm done with her stuff. So let me zip on over to my channel here and pull up some movies and playlist. Now, Monday Movie Memories. We have a lot of stuff in the playlist. Monday Movie Memories is, it doesn't, 140 videos. Let's view the playlist and see if they're going to tell us copyrighted stuff on the playlist. No.
So let me go to, I'm bopping around here. Let me go to manage videos, and then now I can see the video list. And videos, except they're all in one giant list, and there are hundreds. So let me go way down. 563 videos are in this video list here. So I am going to have to go down, and I'm going to go over a few pages. And over a few pages. See if I can find a good one here. Trying to find a good one that's about a half an hour long. Something that's got a good topic of discussion. It's Child of the Future, 57 minutes. Public, no restrictions. A lot of these are really heavy school dealies. Video Time Machine's got copyright on it. Of course they do. Yeah, baby. Oh, baby. I better go open another door. I know. Yep, alright, let me find something to put on. And then we can watch that and then discuss it. We can discuss it. Let's see. Something about 30 minutes or so would be good. That would usually be best. Junior high musical, there's copyright on that one. Private Life of a Cat. I don't really want to get into that. No copyrights on this In Search Of. Wow, there's a lot of content on this channel. Who put all of this shit here? Oh my god. Art in the Western World. Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, baby. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I can. A little tree that had a dream. It's about Joshua Tree. Microcomputers. An introduction to microcomputers. It'd be nice if I could find something about films. Let's make a film, 13 minutes.
so many movies to choose from. A film about film editing. There's none on that one either. Okay, so let's do that. Let's go to a film about film editing and a film about filmmaking. And I will take these two and play them. And then I can go on hiatus here for a few minutes. Okay, so between the two of them, they're about a half an hour long. So let's do that. Let me go ahead and cue these up. And then while we're watching these films, I can be doing the lunch stuff that I need to do. And I am going to play them directly off of my channel because there's no copyright restrictions on these puppies. So we're going to go straight into these films. All right? So here we go. Hey, that's nice. Okay. I'll be back in a flash. Enjoy. And we'll discuss, because I'll be watching too.
Editing is the process of arranging the shots of a film. It is generally considered the most important and powerful element of filmmaking. Editing gives a film its sense and continuity so that it can tell its story clearly. Good editing keeps a film interesting. In this film, you will be shown how the editor arranges shots into a finished film. The basic equipment of the film editor includes a viewer and a pair of rewinds. The viewer is good for seeing the composition and action of a shot. But because it is hard to move the film constantly at the correct speed, it is difficult to evaluate the rhythm and pace of the film. For this purpose, the film should be run on a projector, unless you have access to a professional motor-driven editing machine which will run at constant speed. Splicing is the basic mechanical task of film editing. Since splices must be strong and accurate, a good splicer and skill in its use are very important to the film editor. The film synchronizer has two basic purposes. It has a footage counter for measuring, and the front sprocket wheel is marked to show the 40 frames in each foot of 16mm film. One revolution of the synchronizer spindle equals 1 foot of film or 40 16mm frames. The synchronizer is also used to move 2 or more pieces of film and or soundtrack together, frame by frame. Editing is usually done with a work print, an inexpensive print made from the original film which was shot in the camera. A work print is used to prevent damage to the original film by scratches, finger marks, or other accidents. The editor can also experiment with cutting and recutting the film without losing frames or having unnecessary splices in the original. Only after the final editing of the work print does the editor work with the original camera footage, conforming or matching it to the edited work print. Most often in working with 16mm film, the original picture is edited into 2 rolls called A and B. Individual shots in a sequence are alternated between the 2 rolls and are separated from each other by black leader. When prints or negatives are then made from these A and B rolls, the splices will be invisible. Using A and B rolls also allows editing special effects, such as superimpositions and dissolves. Editing effects can be grouped into 4 major categories: spatial, temporal, point of view, and transitions. The first of these groups, spatial effects, has to do with the composition and movement of the objects in a shot. When 2 shots are cut together, they must be appreciably different in distance from the subject or different in angle to the subject in order not to shock or confuse the viewer. A specific way to cut 2 shots together is the match cut. The match cut is almost always made on an action or movement that is identical in both shots. The objects in both shots are in identical positions when the cut is made. This gives the cut a flowing forward effect not found in a normal cut. Cross-cutting is the cutting back and forth between 2 main actions which are usually related. Each main action becomes, in effect, the cutaway for the other. Cross-cutting originated in the chases of the early silent movies and is an effective device for creating suspense. When cross-cutting, the action of all the shots in each sequence must move in the same direction to avoid confusion. The term cutaway refers to a shot that is not a part of, but is still related to, action. The editor will cut away from the main action to a related shot to cover a lapse in continuity, to contract the time an action really takes on screen, or to show a character's reaction to the main action. This kind of cutaway is sometimes called a reaction shot. Another kind of editing deals with the temporal effects which relate to pace or rhythm of the cutting. The pace of editing is determined by the length of the shots used. A series of longer shots will give a slower pace. A series of short shots will give a fast pace. The editing pace of a sequence can enhance its content. Thus, a chase scene would be cut to a fast pace. A peaceful scene to a slow pace. And all the gradations in between. Editing for point of view has to do with who is seeing what. The greater part of most films takes the omniscient point of view in which the audience views the action externally from a godlike perspective. To indicate that a shot or series of shots is the point of view of one of the characters in the film, the editor inserts before it a shot of the character looking off frame. The meaning of an entire sequence can be changed by rearranging the shots so that they appear to be seen from a character's point of view. So far, all of the effects we have discussed have been accomplished by cutting and splicing. Transitions, on the other hand, must either be made in the camera while shooting or must be done later by a film laboratory. In traditional filmmaking, the fade-in and fade-out are roughly equivalent to the beginnings and ends of paragraphs. They show the definite beginning or end of a sequence of a film. The dissolve usually indicates a change of place or the passage of time. These are some of the basic editing effects. Now, let's see our movie.
carry a jack, he can't shovel. Lord, Lord, he can't shovel. Yeah, John Henry said to the foreman, he says a man ain't nothing but a man. Oh, that steam drift beat me down. I die like a natural man. Lord, Lord, die like a natural man.
Cut. Maybe you've thought of making a film. If so, watching us make ours may help you. Of course, each film has its own requirements, but you'll get an idea of the general steps you'll need to follow. At the end of this movie, you'll see our finished film. But first, here's my crew. This is Bill, the cameraman. I'd seen some still pictures Bill had taken and saw he had a good visual sense. I thought we could work together well putting my idea on film, so I asked him to help me. Debbie is the script girl. I knew she was good at organization. That's why I asked her to help. We discovered that she was also the best film editor in our group. But I should tell you how my film got started. Of course, the film had to start with an idea. One Saturday, Debbie and I took a drive and ended up on Maxwell Street. I was impressed and excited by the sights, the sounds, and the people of the open-air market. It seemed like another world. I was especially impressed by one old blind man who played the guitar. People who passed by liked his music, and some of them dropped money into the paper cup pinned to his shirt. I started to imagine what it would be like if a young guitarist who was an outsider wandered into this world of Maxwell Street. How would the people react to him? Would they be hostile? Would he be nervous or embarrassed? Could he make money playing like the other musicians on the street? I decided what I thought might happen and developed a clear idea of what I wanted my film to be. Then I wrote a synopsis. It described the setting, the characters of the story, the clothes they wore, the props, and the action or plot of the film. The next step was to divide each action into parts. This action becomes clearer and more interesting when broken down further into a sequence of individual shots. A long shot, a close-up shot, a medium shot, a series of close-ups, and a return to the long shot. As I did this for each part of the action, I developed a shooting script. When the shooting script was finished, I met with my crew and with John, our actor, to discuss the script and make preparations to start shooting. Bill brought the equipment. We made sure we had everything needed to shoot the film. First, a good camera and lens. We used 16mm equipment, but of course, the procedures we followed are similar for 8mm. Bill also got a steady tripod, so the film would not turn out like this. And a light meter to determine the proper exposure setting, so the film wouldn't be overexposed or underexposed. We made sure we knew how to operate the equipment and saw that it was working properly. We also had to estimate how much film we would need, and we decided to shoot in color. The next day, Bill and I went to the location. We looked for interesting places, and Bill checked out the lighting conditions. We got permission from the owner of a building to shoot from his roof. We wanted to be sure we could shoot the film I had written or make any necessary changes in the script before we started shooting. We didn't want to waste time, so we planned carefully. The next day, we started shooting. Debbie had gone through the shooting script and had grouped together all of the shots to be taken in the same setting, regardless of where they came in the script. For example, we shot the opening sequence at the same time as the closing sequence, because they had the same setting. We worked as a team. Each of us was responsible for a specific part of the job. My main responsibility as the director was to be sure that the final film would be what I intended it to be. I had to know what I wanted the actors to do and communicate this to them. I also had to visualize how each shot would fit into the completed film, and I had to be aware of the continuity which would result from putting the different shots together. When I planned to cut together 2 shots of 2 people from different angles, I had to be sure they were on the same side of the screen. Otherwise, I'd get a jump effect I didn't want. And when I planned to cut together different shots of the same action, a match cut, I had to be sure that the action in the close-up was performed the same way as in the medium shot, so that the editor would be able to cut the shots together. I also took some extra shots I could use if I wanted to cut away from the main action. Bill had specific duties too. The cameraman has to read the light meter, set the lens for proper exposure, and focus the lens to obtain a sharp image. He has to frame the subject properly and work with the director to decide the best composition for the shot. He also has to move the camera to follow the action. The cameraman is responsible for putting on film what the director visualizes in his mind. Debbie, as the script girl, had to keep the records of the production. She kept track of which scenes had been shot, how many takes we made of each shot, and which takes were good. She also kept a record of the positions and appearance of the actors and props, in case we needed to do any retakes. Finally, we took our last shot and sent the film to the laboratory for processing. Then it was time to start editing. Debbie edited the film using basic equipment which included a pair of rewinds, a viewer, a grease pencil, a pair of scissors, a splicer, and film cement. It is the editor's job to arrange the out-of-sequence shots into the final film according to the director's specifications. These may differ a little from the original shooting script because of changes that occurred during shooting. Many times, the editor uses only part of a shot. For example, take that match cut you saw us shoot. Here are the 2 original shots, the close-up and the medium shot. And here are the 2 shots match cut together. Finally, editing can sometimes correct mistakes made in shooting. And even with careful planning, we made a few, like this error in screen direction. These 2 shots don't cut together well because John is going in opposite directions. To solve the problem, we used one of the cutaway shots in between. So, that's how we made the visual part of our film. And now, as I promised, here's the finished product. girl. Where's Maxwell Street?
Well, the foreman said to John Henry, said, what can you do? I can line a track, carry a jackknife, pick and shovel. Lord, Lord, pick and shovel. Yeah, John Henry said, foreman, a man ain't nothing but a man. Said before that stingray beat me down, I shall like a natural man. Lord, Lord, shall like a natural man.
I'm back, babies. I'm back. I was just finishing up watching this while putting the rest of my daughter's lunch together. And I have been successful at that. And there you go. I'll be right back. I'm back, baby. Here I is. Well, it's basically a moot point because I am alone. But that's okay. I don't mind. I don't mind. How do you like my graphic? Is that a cool graphic or what? Yeah, baby. I want to get that on a t-shirt. That'd look cool. You know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Yeah. Let's see. I'm pretty sure I've earned a bong hit. Oh. I'm absolutely positive. Oh, wow. It's after 7 o'clock already. Man, these mornings just go by so quick. I don't know what to do. It's almost over. Means I'll have to get back to reality. Real reality. Actual, factual reality. Jeez Louise. The chicken for sandwiches looked good. Yeah. But I got a whole chicken in there that I got for dinner, so I'll probably make a sandwich out of that for lunch. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got a bunch of dogs here next to me. Everybody's excited, anxious for something. They're quite convinced they're going to get something. There's a lot of food going on, so they want some of it. Right? With these guys, with every chop, they're just like, little bitty monkeys getting all crazy for food. Hey, where's Carl? Where's that kooky Carl guy from Manchester, England? Huh? He said, that wacky American, I'm out of here. I'm not going back to see him. He's too crazy. He's a crazy man. Crazy man. Yeah, that's me, baby. Crazy man. Uh-oh. Them dogs is worked up. Yeah, baby. Yeah, so I've decided to go ahead and put together a new file folder. A new 3-ring binder of, well, important stuff. I'm going to put one together for the music video stuff. So I'm going to start keeping notes. And then t-shirt ideas. I've got to keep a book on just shirts, just shirt ideas. Because they're starting to get out of control. Totally out of control. So organization is the key to everything right now. When those donations start coming in, I need to be ready to fulfill orders. So the whole party kind of hinges on that. You know, if it happens at the campground for really, really cheap and everybody buys their own campground and that all, campsite, then that's the way it works. I'd prefer going big. But we'll see. We'll see about that. All I can say for certain is I'm going to make a lot of cool t-shirts. If I get, 100 of each printed or 10 of each printed, so be it. But I'm doing it. I'm doing it. I got a lot of cool t-shirts now. I want to make my own cool t-shirts. Could I make it a business? I don't know. I don't think so. I don't know. Maybe third party kind of a thing where I work with someone who does t-shirt printing and then I create shirts and then they sell them on their website. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, if all I'm doing is creating a design, then I'm not really doing a whole lot of work. could still be profitable. You know, could earn a buck. Yeah, could turn a profit, turn a phrase and turn a profit. You can tune a piano, but you can't tune a fish. You can lead a horse to water, but a pencil must be lead. What the hell does that mean? What the bloody hell does that even mean? I don't know, boss. Your guess is as good as mine.
Yeah, I don't understand any of it. You make me crazy when you talk like this.
And my dog just grunted in agreement. He's like, "Rah, rah, you bastard." Rah. I try to imagine what my dog's voices would sound like if they had voices, right? Actual human voices. You know, like those fucked up movies with the dogs running around talking and shit like they're humans. That's scary shit. What would they sound like? Like average people? Would they have like cartoon character voices? Would they sound like old movie stars, you know? Yeah, come on guys, let's go guys, yeah, come on. Come on boys, let's go. Hurry up, let's go on, come on, let's get some food, boys. Would they sound like new movie stars? You know? Would they have accents depending on their breed? You know?
I am a German Shepherd. Come with me now. I will bite you in the face.
I don't know. That'd be cool. I'll have to think about that. What kind of voice to give these dogs, right? Because then I could collect video of the dogs doing stuff and give them voices. Maybe that's something to do. Is come up with an idea.
Welcome to Hopsing's Kitchen.
Come up with an idea for a dog movie. How could we just shoot the dogs doing a bunch of different planned tricks, right? And then work those into some kind of script, you know? That would be an interesting first film, right? An actual film of dogs doing stuff. I could get shots of dogs doing just about all kinds of stuff at home. You know, take them to the park, go on walks. Teach them how to use some props, carry things, work on things like jumping up on a chair or up on a block or something, you know. Yeah, that'd be neat. That'd be neat. And just use one or two of the dogs to create, maybe just one dog at first, to create a little 3-minute, 5-minute film. You know, something easy, Sam's Itch, you know, and then have him chasing his tail and scratching and biting and doing all kinds of things, and just create like a Sam's Itch movie, and have him fighting with his butt, because he does that all the time. So if we kind of create a little scenario, a little plot around that, that would be easy to film. Yeah, I would like that for sure. Music videos are kind of the same thing, you know, 3 to 5 minute video for a 3 or 4 minute song, right? So that'll be interesting. I'd like to do the music video so it's more than just the music starts and the video starts. I want to actually build up to the music coming in, maybe extend the music a little bit in the beginning, and at the end maybe to give us time to wrap up, just to give us time to start it, and then give us time to wrap it up. Because the way I see it, videos don't just come on and, you know, start cranking music. There's a little bit of a build-up. Whether it's in the music or not, sometimes the music needs to be enhanced a little bit with more music, or altered a little bit, so that we can, give us some more. Stretch it out a little bit. But I'm anxious to hear what music he's got in mind for this first music video, because I've probably heard it. So, and I probably have some here, but my major first step right now is to get music and video from him, and then get together over the weekend and come up with a synopsis for this thing. Come up with some kind of synopsis, some kind of a theme, so we know what kind of video we need. He says he already has some locations chosen, so I imagine he already has a first song in mind. So it's just a matter of me getting that information and then working with it, listening to the song over and over and over and over and over again, looking at a lot of images related to the music or thematically related, and try to get a sense of what elements we're going to need to pull it off. And it's neat when you've got like the music portion, which is live, and it's exciting and action and colorful, and then you, in stark contrast to that, you've got something that looks more like film, and it's washed out and faded and splotchy and glitchy and has that aged appearance to it, right? Or go from really bright and happy and colorful to really dark and not gloomy, but just absent of emotion, right? So I'm excited to see where he's going to want to take this. Because I'm at this point I'm ready to just keep bopping from project to project to project, and to try to keep my head above water, and to try to keep busy, and not worry about crap. Yeah. Look, it's a little loud here in Hopsteak's kitchen, huh? I heard a stomping. I think it was a neighbor stomping. Yeah, you hear the sound of their footsteps echoing underneath their mobile home. Holy hell, it's like Bigfoot stomping around. I'm Bigfoot, I am here to fuck you up, mister. My hand is as big as your fucking torso. I'm gonna grab your head. I'm gonna pop it like a fucking grape. I'm gonna pop it like a fucking grape. Because I am the Bigfoot. That's just good stuff, people. I can't believe you're missing this. Oh my God. Does anybody even watch this show? I certainly don't. I don't go back and watch one single episode of this since I started doing it. If I did, I probably would have changed it. Or would have stopped doing it, because I'd be like, oh God, who is this guy? No, I don't like to look at myself in the mirror. Why would I go back and torture myself having to look at myself on camera, right? Oh my God, no way. Oh my God, did he really do that? Yeah, story of my life, right? Did he really do that? No, it wasn't me. It was the other guy. Yeah, you bastard. Quit lying. Oh my God.
Whoa, dude.
Oh, wow, man. Far out. That's cool. That's totally cool. Goal for today, listen to some music and get my office ready over there. I don't know that I'm going to move this today, but if that room is ready, at least I can start prepping it. Because once I decide to move this whole unit over into the new studio area, I got to unplug and plug and move cables and do all kinds of crazy shit and rearrange cameras. So I saw. So it's going to be a kind of a technical, logistical nightmare. Something better left for the weekend. But then again, I'm hoping that I get to spend most of the weekend with David trying to work out a concept for his video, his first video for sure, and try to get some ideas for the next couple of videos so he can start getting stock footage together for that, right? If it's going to have a theme, let's get him doing that stuff. If we're going to do costumes, let's do some fucking costumes, right? I keep seeing these dark shots of a black background and one light overhead swinging, and it fading into him in various angles in all of his David garb, all of his wear, right? The stuff that when he dresses to the nines, that's what I want him standing underneath that light in a dark background, whether it's outside or in a dark room with a black wall. And then the guitar, his slide guitar, that Dobro 1930s Dobro guitar, lit the same, shot the same angles, the same action, the same drama, right? The same color, the same feel, right? I see that shot. So it's going to be a matter of what video is going to best fit that. But I totally see that, and I see us shooting that at some point somewhere along the way, probably outside of an open mic, and just in a dark spot where we can find a good overhanging light. But for my money, I think the shot is going to be best done in a really large, dark room with dark black curtains hanging kind of far out, so you don't see the curtains, you just see the blackness. And one really low voltage light swinging, shining a cone of light down over him, which means probably smoke or mist or something to give that light effect and to wash out the background. But that's I see that as an opening shot or a closing shot or something. Probably a lot of just him standing there and the guitar sitting in a chair, and him opening up the box and pulling out the guitar, setting it on doing things with the guitar, and just do a whole couple of hours shoot in a dark room with just him and a chair and a guitar, and that's it. And at some point do the song there live in that dark room under that light, and then use that element in a part of the whatever music video it is that goes with that guitar. And I think it's one of the blues songs that he played the other night that is going to best fit that that video sequence. But I totally last night was sitting there in bed, and it totally, that whole thing popped into my head. And I don't know what song he's playing, and I don't think it matters. It's just that we do that shot. So finding that shot somewhere is going to be real important. I'm going to have to come up with ways to hang dark curtains in a dark place with nothing to hang them from. Assuming that I'm going to go somewhere and set up in the middle of a dark warehouse or empty room somewhere, and I'm going to need to hang curtains from nowhere. So I'm going to have to set up some kind of like clothesline between two poles that I can set up, like two tripods, two ladders, and a board across the top, something like that, so that I get that dark background off in the distance, right? And along with a lot of video, I need to do a lot of photos there needs to be a lot of photos of not just him and his guitar doing what he does, but him doing other stuff, and photos that he's taken of things, of family, of his car, his guitars, his studio, that kind of stuff. Photos that he really likes, that I can use in the videos as well. Because frozen media works just as well as moving media. So, and you can bring it to life as well. So watching these two films on filmmaking this morning, one on filmmaking and one on film editing, and that was really inspirational. So I'm probably going to watch those a couple of more times, along with a couple of other films, and search for some more films on filmmaking, and then probably sit down with whoever's going to be involved and make sure that they have a chance to sit and watch some of these films that are going to have to do with whatever it is that they're going to be helping out with. I'm going to need a cameraman or two and someone to help set up a bunch of stuff and keep track of what we're doing. So I'm going to get somebody, one or two people, to help with this. I'm assuming probably his wife is going to be able to help in some respects. I'm going to have to get one of the guys to help with the camera work. But it should be a lot of fun. I don't want to do filmmaking style so much because that involves one camera and resetting up shots and resetting up shots. And what I basically want to do is set up 3 cameras, have a static camera, have 2 people on cameras that can, whether they're on tripod or not, control those cameras and acquire different types of shots during one recording, so that we get 3 camera videos for each time we record. You know, a close-up, a medium shot, a long shot, and then in between we can gather a bunch of random side shots. So that'll be, you know, and if we do it right, we should be able to do it in about an hour per set, right? Wherever we're going to set up and where we're going to shoot, do about an hour's worth of stuff, you know, be able to set up cameras in about 10 minutes, and at the same time set up whatever it is we're going to be shooting, and then